Hello, I'm Rick.
Ciao, Millie.
And this is episode 58
Cinquantotto.
of season 2
Due.
of
Yonks Ago.
I almost said, how about this? Which is a whole different podcast.
Plug, I mean.
Yeah, check it out. It's funny, but it's not educational.
Yeah.
Ever. Not like this one. This is Yonks Ago, coming into your ears. Now what are yonks? They're kinda like years. Just a father and a daughter who want to know all about some people from Yonks Ago. Interesting people who did interesting stuff, but about whom we don't know enough. So we're gonna dig deep and find it all out. Yonky doodlers know what we're all about. Yonks Ago, hey ho, hey, Yonks Ago, hey ho, hey, surely. Well, here we are at the end.
Whoa.
I believe we are at the end of the educational portion of the life and times of Nancy Wake.
We are. That means the wrap-up episode is going to be episode 59.
Yes.
But that's got to be a prime number. And 17's a prime number, right? 17. That's what we ended on last time.
Oh, there you go. Maybe that's our thing.
59. I don't even know if 59's a prime, though.
So as signposted...
What's 5 plus 9?
14.
That's not divisible by 3.
Never.
But
not even once.
I don't know if that's how you figure out if it's a prime, though. I just made that up, maybe.
Yeah, you might be clinging to false logic.
Yeah.
But that's what we do on this podcast. We get some false logic and we just cling to it.
I actually don't know maths like I pretend I do.
Refuse to back down on the divisible by 3 prime number. Sounds good. It's worked. So far, you're 100% right.
Yeah.
Every time you've tried it,
Yeah.
it's been right. And I say that's enough to base
should we try
staunch
one?
belief on.
12 is divisible by 3. You plus them together, 1 plus 2 equals 3. That is divisible by 3.
Yes.
Therefore, that it's right.
I mean,
9. 9 plus 0 is 9. That is divisible by 3.
Yeah. But you're just picking numbers that are divisible by 3.
But 9... Wait. I figured it out. I just got very confused. Yeah.
27 sounds like a prime number, but you add 2 and 7 together, that's 9. That's divisible by 3. Guess what? 27 is not a prime number. It's divisible by 9 and 3. So I'm backing you up. Like,
Yeah. I thought you were being like...
Did you think I was debunking your myth? No.
I thought you were trying to say that 27 was... I thought you were trying to say that if it is divisible by 3, that it's a prime.
I'm providing rock solid backup for your theory.
We can say, I'm just trying to find a prime. 17 is a prime. 1 plus 7 equals 8. That's not divisible by 3.
I think the reason we believe that this to be true is because someone told us this is true.
I think someone told me. Yeah.
And now we've forgotten how we came to know it. And now we're starting to convince ourselves that maybe we invented it. And that's how facts become born on this podcast.
Yeah.
So if you're ever using the divisible by 3 to find a prime number method, you're welcome. That was Millie primarily who invented that.
I don't think it was, but...
When someone's doing a podcast about Millie's life in the future, they can talk about how she pioneered
it's funny.
the prime number discovery method.
Yeah. That's after the poo story, though.
Oh, yeah. I mean, poo story, is that just a random thing that you've said?
No, I talked about it, I'm pretty sure.
Okay,
I remember talking about it.
Cool.
Because
if we haven't,
we titled the episode.
Bit of sizzle for a future podcast about
I'm pretty sure we
life.
did, but it was in season 1, so I don't remember.
Mate, it's Thursday. It's Thursday bloody lunchtime.
Yeah, I know.
Unusual time to podcast.
I know.
But time, as we've said on many occasions, has very little meaning these days.
Also, Thursday, I do enjoy a Thursday.
Yeah.
Thursday has good vibes, don't you reckon?
And Tuesday was starting to lose its luster, wasn't it?
Yeah.
I mean, we got runctious last episode. And so Tuesday afternoon wasn't really providing us that safe space. Yeah. We needed to mix it up a little bit. Maybe that's just a lockdown fatigue. Yeah. I don't know.
I think there was just that day.
Yeah, I mean, it might have been, but I feel like it had been building. Like Tuesday afternoons had lost a little bit of their mood.
Well, I didn't think that, but okay.
Well, it only takes one member of the podcast to start losing the vibe.
Yeah.
And that's all it takes. There's only 2 of us.
Yeah.
And then the other person's got to try to drag the vibe along all by themselves.
Exactly.
Impossible.
And I'm not good at dragging.
You're not interested.
No. Nobody can drag me down.
And that's our One Direction content for the day. You're welcome. Everyone who's for some reason here for One Direction content.
Yeah.
It's probably 7. There you go. I said it. 7 people.
So everyone that listens to this podcast.
Hey, that's not true. I've seen the stats. We are chugging along.
We've got 8.
Globally. We are
every single country.
we're a global sensation.
Whoa.
No, not every single country. That's impossible.
Yeah, I know.
Some countries are not interested in historical fact fiction.
Give us some examples.
I reckon Uganda.
Okay, sure.
Very little interest. Maybe if we were doing something more relevant to their interests.
Yeah.
Just Nancy Wake. She never claimed to be Uganda's own Nancy Wake.
Ugandan's own.
Ugandan's own Nancy Wake. Never. If she had, maybe they'd tune in.
Yeah.
But this is the final episode. I better make sure I get to the Nancy Wake story before we blab
Sorry,
our
I
way
just started laughing about Egyptian zone again.
into a whole new episode. So look, Nancy, the epilogue.
Oh yeah, didn't she get a new husband?
Yeah, she's got a new husband.
Don't like him.
Johnny Backwards. Johnny Backwards, and he's made a poor account of himself.
Yeah.
He's tried to condense Nancy's legacy down into her being a
Condensed milk.
good cook.
Yeah, I know.
He's like, I'm not interested in her war heroics,
Yeah.
but man, she makes a nice meat and 3 veg.
He gets asked what's good about Nancy. He's like, well, I don't know, but she can cook.
Nancy can cook. And we're like, mate, she's done a little bit more than that. We've just been spending 50-odd episodes focusing on the exploits of one N. Wake.
He clearly didn't listen to this podcast. He's clearly not one of our 7 listeners.
So we're not huge fans of Johnny Backwards.
No.
And we never will be.
No, never again.
But they've moved back to Australia. They're married. She's had another little tilt at politics.
Yeah.
Failed again. Said, I'm done with that.
Yeah.
Not interested. And so during this time, in 1970.
Ooh.
So we're in 1970 now. This is
Yeah.
almost when I was in the world, but
you're
not
almost.
quite.
No.
Nancy was deeply honoured for the French government to award her the Chevalier de la Légion d'honneur
Yep.
to add to her collection. While they were doing this, there was still no sign of any recognition from the Australian government, just in case you were wondering. All quiet on the Australian front. Even though she tried to become part of Australian politics,
They're like,
they still weren't like, all right,
No.
we'll give you a little something. God, Australia, what are you thinking?
they're
France
still-
are just throwing stuff at her.
I know, literally.
Nancy's like, I don't care that Australia didn't honour me. I hadn't fought for medals in any case. I'd fought for freedom.
Yeah, exactly.
And then throughout
Freedom.
throughout the 70s, Johnny Backwards and Nancy lived happily,
Oh.
occasionally managing to afford to return for a few weeks to their friends in Europe.
Yeah.
In the meantime, they lived a life of friends, cooking. That was Nancy. We hear she's good at it. Thanks, Johnny Backwards. Drinking, classic Nance.
Yeah.
Golf, I bet she nailed. I bet she nailed at golf.
Yeah.
Is that what you do at golf? Do you nail at golf?
You can nail it.
No, I nail at golf. That's my new catchphrase. I nail at that. I'm going to work that into just my everyday life. Oh, how'd the podcast go? I nailed it.
I nailed at that. I nailed at that. I nailed at the podcast.
I nailed at it today. Just like I'm casually trying to fix it.
Like you hammer a nail in.
Yeah.
Like you do it. You get it done.
You get it done.
Yeah.
So I reckon Nancy nailed at golf.
Yeah.
100%. Johnny Backwards was just the caddy, just following her around.
Yeah.
Oh, Nancy's nailing at it. So yeah, they're playing golf.
But still, he doesn't add it to his list of things that Nancy's good at. Just cooking.
We were at the golf course today. Nancy set a new record, and then, man, she cooked. That's all I remember. She cooked an amazing dinner. I think it was stew. Thanks, Johnny Backwards.
With the pig that she killed.
Yeah. He watched Nancy slaughter a pig in the kitchen after setting a course record, and all he remembers was that the stew tasted good. Johnny
I wonder
Backwards.
where Claire is now. I miss Claire.
Claire?
Yeah.
She's probably an undercover spy for the French government.
I reckon.
As she always was. We just don't know about it. Okay, so drinking, golf, and long drives. Well, she probably does long drives on the golf course.
Yeah.
I don't know why they've
So you
separated
reckon
those.
she listened to some bangers in the car?
Yeah.
Some absolute tunes.
And they would have regular gatherings at Anzac Day and the royal
That's not regular.
That's once a year.
Yeah.
She had it once a week.
Yeah.
Every Thursday is Anzac Day at Nancy Wake's kitchen, where she's whipping up a feast.
And Mr. Backwards like, oh, those Anzac biscuits.
Nancy's famous for those biscuits. That's all I remember about her. So every Thursday at the Wake House, it was Anzac Day, and they also attended the Royal Escaping Society.
Escape rooms?
I can only imagine that's what that is.
She would nail at escape rooms.
It's actually an association for those Australians who successfully fled the Germans in the Second World War. But I think we all know
made escape rooms.
it was escape rooms.
Okay.
They got together.
I reckon she absolutely nailed it, those escape rooms.
Because she just lied. That like, have you found the key? Yep.
Yeah.
And then she just kicked the door open. And they say, oh, this door's broken. I don't know. Oh, someone should fix that. Anyway, I've got to go home and cook something for Johnny Backwards. Journalists would still come to talk to Nancy about her life and times. Classic.
Yeah.
And she was on the verge of writing her autobiography,
No.
which she finally did in the early 80s.
Oh, you're alive now? You're alive.
I am, yes. In 1985, her book Nancy Wake, The White Mouse was
nice.
And it was so successful
that she got into politics again.
that it prompted the Australian television network, Channel 7, to commission a mini-series about Nancy's wartime experiences with well-known Australian actress Noni Hazelhurst.
I don't know who that is. Noni?
She was a well-known Australian actress. She was huge when I was a kid.
But could she cook? Like, seriously.
I don't know.
Yeah.
Not according to Johnny Backwards. So they made a mini-series with Noni Hazelhurst.
Hazelhurst.
I think what...
Hasselhoff. Sorry.
Noni Hasselhoff? No. Is that how you say his name? No. David Hasselhoff. Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
Noni Hasselhoff playing Nancy's role. Again, the production was so well received and helped introduce Nancy's story to a whole new generation. So she's on the tip of everyone's tongue yet again.
She's going to go back to politics?
I don't think she is. I think she's done with it.
Yeah, fair enough.
And it was
now she's got a career in cooking.
Yeah, she's raking in that sweet book money.
Yeah, exactly.
Mate, and she would have got money for the miniseries.
Yeah.
For the rights to her life.
Yeah.
She's making money just by being Nancy Wake.
Exactly.
At last.
Yeah. As she should.
It was around this time that Nancy was invited to Port Macquarie on the New South Wales mid-north coast to open an air show. She's doing the celebrity open. She's like on the celebrity speaking circuit now.
Yeah.
Get Nancy Wake. She's opening shopping malls, air shows. She'd be a guest judge on, like, if they had MasterChef or The Masked Singer or something like that.
Not The Masked Singer. Nancy wouldn't.
Oh, I don't know. She'd be a contestant on The Masked Singer.
I don't think she'd do that. I don't think she'd do that.
I mean, there's a chance.
She
could be stuffed.
I don't think she would do that. She'd be like, those costumes are ugly. I'm not dressing up as Ned Kelly, nah.
Yeah, it's true. She wouldn't be stuffed. But she might be the sort of person who's like, I'll be on The Masked Singer, but only if you get someone else to do all the performances. I'll turn up for the show where I get unmasked. And I'll say that I did all the singing and that if I can lie about it, I'm in.
Yeah.
She's like, if the whole
okay.
thing can be a web of lies, count me in.
Yeah.
So she went up there to Port Macquarie and her and John were quite taken with the town of Port Macquarie.
Oh, they're going to move there.
And decided they would settle in there for their twilight years.
Twilight?
Yes. And then in 1988...
Yep.
The French Defence Minister awarded Nancy yet another decoration from France.
Yeah.
This time bestowing upon her the Croix d'Officier de la Légion d'Honneur.
Croix d'Officier de la Légion d'Honneur.
Yes, aboard. She was awarded this aboard the French ship Jeanne d'Arc.
Another Jean.
Sounds like Joan of Arc.
Yeah.
Which it probably is.
Yeah.
This award is the second highest French honour that can be bestowed on a foreigner.
Damn.
Only the second? What are you doing, France? What about the top gong?
Because she's a woman, Dad.
For N Wake, I guess. Yeah. That does sound pretty French. But anyway, France just can't get enough of giving awards to our Nance.
So, like, how long has it been since we gave her the last one? Oh, give her another one.
Yeah.
Oh, why not?
Mate, someone's got a little calendar alert.
Yeah.
Like once a year it goes off. We should probably give Nancy another something.
Yeah, I mean,
why not? What do we got lying around?
Don't you reckon max in the patch of like 15,000? They have a lot.
Oh, every day they get a new
Every
award.
day.
Every day. If you've got a dragon who helped win you a war, you do not stop giving that dragon awards.
No.
Otherwise, that dragon gets mad and turns on you.
Yeah.
And then it doesn't end well. If you've seen Game of Thrones, which I know you haven't. But if you had, you'd know. Don't mess with dragons.
No. Well, I know that from How to Train Your Dragon.
And
you shouldn't mess with them, but you should train them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
With awards.
Yeah.
Of some kind. It's like, give them treats.
Oh, How to Train Your Dragon was based off of Max and the Patch.
Max and the Patch.
Yeah.
100%. All right. Now, it's about this time, so 1988, it's about this time Nancy goes on a little bit of, can I get cancelled? Like,
No.
if it was, she was lucky it was the 80s and not now.
Okay, what did
she
she
goes
done?
on a little bit of a...
What'd she do?
She's like, how far can I push? How far can I push people?
What did she done?
So she, with getting the French on her, she used the opportunity to publicly pour scorn on anyone who picked on France over their nuclear testing. So around this time, France was a little bit on the nose in the global political landscape.
Yep.
Because they were doing political testing in Pacific Island, Pacific areas, just blowing up islands
Pew,
just
pew.
to see how their nuclear weapons would go. And the rest of the world was like, could you not?
Yeah, maybe.
And France was like, you're not the boss of me. We got a dragon. You're going to pick on us?
Yeah.
We'll send Max and the Patch over to get you a lesson. And everyone's like, no, we don't want you to send the dragon. We're just saying, could you not blow up islands with nuclear weapons just for, like, science? I don't know. Is there a better way you could be doing this? And Nancy's like, why don't you all shut up?
She just wants her awards. She wants them to keep coming in.
She's saying, she said, if Australia didn't like it, they should declare war on France. Otherwise, shut the hell up.
She wants another war for sure.
Nancy's like not having it.
She's
like, going, who's giving me awards? Not you, Australia. It's bloody France. So if you've got a problem with France, put up or shut up. And everyone's like, geez, Nance.
Yeah, I mean, like...
but then... that by itself, that's not going to get you cancelled. But then she lays in to all the women involved in the worldwide peace movement. She starts saying they would be better off staying home baking biscuits.
that's John Backwards talking.
Yeah, Johnny Backwards has gotten her ear on that one. And she attracted enormous fire from the feminists of the time. Well, so she's on the verge of cancelled.
What's she talking about?
I know.
That does not sound like the Nancy Wake that I know.
So she's copping flack. Nancy didn't care. There was a part of her that simply enjoyed a good scrap. And she developed good instincts on just what would most likely provoke a storm. So she really was the sort of person who would just be like putting out, tweets to get. She's trolling the world at this stage just to get some likes and thumbs up and stay in the public eye. But Nancy, it's a shame.
I think Johnny Backwards has gotten to her. I think all that time with Johnny Backwards,
And then she lays in a little bit. She's not too happy with Australia's multicultural policies.
No. Oh no!
She gets a little bit racist.
What? This doesn't sound like the Nancy Wake that I know.
To the point where Bob Hawke, the Labor Prime Minister, had to give her a rebuke, which she didn't mind. She's like, if the Labor Prime Minister's telling me off, I must be doing something right. And then she begins to justify herself and her comments. She starts with...
But I'm a good cook.
She starts with the classic opening line of anyone who's made a racist comment.
It was a joke.
I'm not a racist, she says.
I have black friends.
I hate racism, but...
Oh.
And then goes on to blah-de-blah. So at this stage, we're like, Nance, it's a shame.
Oh, this is
You've gone down the cancel.
Yeah. This is a whole different person.
Yeah.
What?
She loves a fight, and sometimes, in the war, she was on what we've come to see as the right side.
Yeah.
But in the end, if she couldn't be on the right side, she just wanted to be in a fight.
Yeah.
And if that meant being on the wrong side, she didn't care. By this stage...
If she was still with Henri, I don't think this would have happened.
Nah, this has got Johnny Backwards written all over it.
Yeah.
Johnny Backwards is like the guy in... Johnny Backwards is the guy in Lord of the Rings who whispers in the worm tongue. That's Johnny Backwards. He's like, multicultural Australia's no good. Answer. You should say something about that.
Yeah.
She really gets sticky. But could you make me some stew first? 'Cause that stew you make's delicious. But also, foreigners are bad, eh? So I'm pretty sure that's
He's French. Wasn't Johnny Backwards French or something?
No, English.
Oh, yeah.
But he always whispers in Australian just so it really gets into her head. That's the only whisper she understands.
Yeah.
In 1994, after a long discussion with Johnny Backwards, classic, he's in her ear, Nancy sold her medals at an auction. They were bought by an Australian RSL for some $165,000.
I think Johnny Backwards is a con man.
Johnny Backwards has done nothing in this story that hasn't been steeped in evil.
Yeah, I think he is sour on himself.
I think Johnny Backwards was a German undercover spy sent. Germany lost the war, and they pinpointed the main people responsible for them losing the war, and they sent undercover operatives out to sabotage those people's lives.
Definitely.
Johnny Backwards was sent by Germany as revenge for the part that Nancy played in in Germany losing the war. Case closed, because he was in her ear at night. What are you going to do? What are you going to do with all those medals? We don't need those. We could really use $165,000. Imagine how much stew you could make for that. But now, at least, those medals are permanently on display at the Australian War Memorial in Canberra.
At least.
Then in 1997, Nancy was widowed for the second time when Johnny Backwards died peacefully in his sleep at the age of 81.
I think she finally just got the courage to I'm not saying anything, but don't you reckon?
I mean, I don't know what happened.
Or someone did. You know what?
Well, Trev
maybe, but I was thinking good old Stan. Good old Stan.
Oh, good old Stan.
He's still out there.
Saving the day.
Yeah, he's still out there.
Yeah. And so she died. No, he died. Nancy in the... So at the end of this book, Nancy is still alive. So this book was written before Nancy died. She died in, when did we say, 2013 or something like that?
Yeah, something like that.
Not that long ago. But in this book, she's still alive. So she's still living in Australia, but she's dreaming of going back to Britain. I feel like she gets back to Britain, but she hadn't. But when this book was written.
Yeah, when was this book written?
That's a good question. I don't know the answer right now. I'll look into it one day. So here's the final bit of the book, the final bit of the Nancy Wake story as told in this book. So she says, I'm not sure whether I'll be able to raise the money to get back to Europe. Spoilers, I think she does. Okay. But whatever happens, I know what I want to happen to my body when I'm gone.
What is it?
She says she wants to be cremated.
Yeah.
And I want my ashes to be scattered over the mountains where I fought with the resistance. That will be good enough for me.
Yeah.
And that is the end.
Did that happen?
Of the Nancy Wake story, as lovingly told to us by Peter Fitzsimmons in his story.
Thanks, Pete.
In his book, Nancy Wake, the biography
of our greatest war heroine.
Of Egyptian's own Nancy Wake.
Oh, yeah. Oh, sorry, I read it wrong.
So, look, that's great. I should probably check out. Hang on, I'm just going to pause for a second. All right, we've done our final bit of research.
I didn't do anything. Oh, I did.
Yeah. You looked up when the biography came out in 2001.
Yeah. I wasn't even alive. Damn.
No, you weren't. So, and in 2001, Nancy left Australia for the last time and moved to London.
Oh, nice.
She became a resident at the Stafford Hotel in Piccadilly, near Piccadilly. Which was formerly a British and American Forces club during the war. So she's heading back to her roots.
Yeah.
And it was where she had been introduced to her first bloody good drink. Classic Nance. So she moved in there at the hotel, and she would usually be found in the hotel bar sipping her first gin and tonic of the day.
Yeah.
She was welcomed at the hotel celebrating her 90th birthday there. The hotel owners absorbed most of the costs of her stay. Oh, so she ended up...
Yeah, it was nice.
She ended up living classic Nancy Wake style. She's just like, people are giving her free stuff.
Yeah.
She's drinking it up. She's partying hard. And she remained there. In 2003, Wake chose to move to the Royal Star and Garter home for disabled ex-servicemen and women in Richmond, London, where she remained until her death. She died on the 7th of August 2011, aged 98.
That's not bad.
At Kingston Hospital after being admitted with a chest infection. Coronavirus. She had requested that her ashes be scattered, as we said.
Over the mountain.
Her ashes were scattered near the village of Vernay, which is near Montluçon. They were scattered there on the 11th of March 2013. Her obituary was included in and inspired the title for The Socialite Who Killed a Nazi with Her Bare Hands.
Nice.
And 144 other fascinating people who died this year. A collection of New York Times obituaries published in 2012. And so there it is. That's all the information we have on the Nancy Wake. Because that's all the information there is.
Yeah.
If you've got more information, I'd like to hear it. Because we bloody covered it all. It took us 59 episodes. 58 so far.
Yeah.
59 for the wrap up, which will come one day. Who knows when.
Yeah, it's a lot to get through. It might also be like 2 hours long, but...
Yeah, worth it. Worth every penny. It'll be a 6-part wrap up.
Yeah. And most of it will be her trying to get over the mountain.
But what we do need to talk about is who to do next.
I haven't even thought about this.
Now, we did get some input from our number one Yonky Doodler, our Yonky Doodle grandma.
Yeah.
My mum, your grandma.
Yeah.
She's given us a little a list of names for consideration.
Fair enough.
And in the absence of anyone else, we should probably pick someone from this list just to honour the fact that my mum, your grandma, reached out with a little bit of input.
Well, tell me the names then.
Okay, so here's what we've got. All Australians.
Nice.
So we're focusing on Australians, as we have done for the first two seasons.
Yeah.
Now, we don't have to.
I said as we have done.
Yeah. And I backed you up on that. And then I added more to it, and I said, yes, but we don't have to.
I thought you were being like, no, we don't have. It's silly.
We have done so far, but we don't have to. It's not a rule of the podcast, is what I'm saying.
No.
It's just what
I
we've
mean,
been
like,
doing so
Nancy was Egyptian zone, so.
That's true.
Yeah.
And we were
was born in New Zealand.
Yeah.
So.
And we were the only country in the world that didn't honour her.
Exactly.
Us and Uganda. That's it.
Yeah. I reckon Uganda even chipped in a little bit.
They got a plaque.
Yeah.
It's just a little statue with a plaque that says, Nancy never came here. That's something.
It is.
So here's a list of Australians.
I'm not going to know any of them. Do I know them?
No, I can give you what I know about them.
Tell me the names first and then we'll go back.
Okay, we've got Sir Charles Kingsford Smith.
Don't know him.
We've got Dame Nellie Melba.
Sounds cool.
We've got Henry Lawson.
Yep.
We've got Don Bradman.
Wait.
And finally we've got Edith Cohen. Or Cowan. I think it's Cohen.
Say Cohen. It sounds better.
Yeah. So they're the names. Don Bradman might be the only one you've got a real... Henry Lawson you might have heard. I don't know.
I don't know. You're going to have to tell me who it is.
Here's what I know of them. A brief synopsis. A one-sentence synopsis of these famous historical figures who lived yonks ago. Sir Charles Kingsford Smith was an airplane pilot. He was a famous aviator who did long flights that set records and blah, blah, blah. And the Sydney airport, I believe, is named after him.
Oh, nice.
The airport in Sydney is the Kingsford Smith Airport. I could be wrong about that. Dame Nellie Melba was
rings a bell.
Opera singer? A singer? Definitely a singer. I'm assuming opera. I think that was the only type of singing back in the day.
Yeah.
I could be wrong. Again, I don't know heaps about these people either. No. But I think Dame Nellie Melba was a singer and a very famous one, world famous. Okay. Took the world by storm.
Okay, sounds cool.
Henry Lawson was a bush poet like your Banjo Patterson.
Oh, yeah.
Henry Lawson was around that time just writing about this wide brown land of ours. And probably drinking too much and being very poor. If I know bush poets, that was their caper. Sir Don Bradman, So my mum's given Charles Kingsford Smith his proper title, Sir Charles Kingsford Smith, but Don Bradman gets nothing from my mum. I'm pretty sure he's Sir Donald Bradman, but my mum said, not on my watch. You're just bloody Donny B to me. So Don Bradman, famous Australian cricketer.
Do I know him?
The most famous Australian cricketer of all time.
Oh, you probably talked about him before.
And probably bemoaned the fact that you don't know anything about him. So this could be an opportunity to learn about Don Bradman.
That'd be fun.
Don Bradman was our most famous cricketer, but also was famously not the nicest bloke. He was a little bit Johnny backwards, is what I'm saying. But that doesn't mean we don't have to just learn about people.
Ned Kelly.
As we learn about Nancy Wake.
Ned Kelly literally killed a bunch of people.
And Nancy Wake really did try to get cancelled towards the end of her life.
She also killed someone.
And she killed someone with her bare hands.
I know, just karate chopped him right.
Yeah. So, look, Don Bradman might be the nicest person we've studied so far, even though he's got a reputation for being a bit of a jerk.
Yeah.
And Edith Cohen was a famous, like a women's rights.
She should.
She pioneered, like, she was the suffragettes.
Yeah.
Australian suffragettes. She was like a West Australian.
Yeah.
There's universities named after her. She was big on, so she made lots of, and she was, I think maybe the first female who got voted into politics.
Nice.
What Nancy tried to do and failed, Edith succeeded in years before and was the very first woman to successfully get voted in. So that's Edith Cohen. So do any of those grab your fancy?
Yes.
Yes?
All of them. I don't... Wait.
Who do you most... And now, look, what I'm saying is, look, we spent 58 episodes
Should we just
so far
Siri decide?
On Nancy Wake.
Yeah.
But we only spent 17 on Ned Kelly.
Yeah.
This next episode, this next season 3, could be 5 episodes.
Yeah,
it could be 10 episodes. I doubt we'll ever beat 59 episodes unless I stumble onto someone's well-written biography again. Nancy Wake just did a lot of interesting stuff. Her life was jam-packed, full of action. So, look, I think it's going to be a shorter season next season. So
as it should, as it should.
So, look, what I'm saying is whoever you pick,
I think we should let Siri decide.
How do you let Siri decide?
Pick a number between 1 and 5 or however many people there were. And then she'll pick a number.
How many were there? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Correct. Yeah. All right, let's try this live on the podcast. If I know anything about trying to use Siri for anything, it's bound to fail. Hey, Siri. Pick a number between 1 and 5. I mean, it is.
4. So that's the cricketer.
But was that including 1
and
5?
Yeah, it is.
Are you sure?
Yeah, try it again until we get 1 and 5.
I mean,
yeah, it does.
4's good. I mean, 4's a random number between 1 and 5. It might not have been the scientifically perfect way. Number 1 and 5 may never have stood a chance in Siri's algorithm. So I apologise to Kingsford Smith, Sir Charles Kingsford,
and
Edith Cohen. You might never have been in the run-ing. But I think that means we're doing
the cricketer, right?
Is it Donny B?
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Oh, no.
No, I think it's probably good that you learn a little bit about Sir Don Bradman.
Okay.
Because it's hard to call yourself an Australian if you don't know a little bit about the Don.
Well, I'm Egyptian.
Egyptians love the Don.
Yeah. Oh, do they?
Yeah. It's the number one reason people from Egypt come to Australia.
Oh, yeah.
Is because they're on the Don Walk of Fame.
Is that why I came here, but I just forgot because I walked into a bank and it wiped my memory.
You got bankified.
Yeah.
So there you have it. That is the end of the Nancy Wake story. She's given us so much. Yeah. We've learned a lot. We've invented more. And we've got a wrap up to somehow come up with. We're probably going to take...
Who's your favourite person in the story, Dad? We'll say it at the same time. Ready? 3, 2, 1.
Henri.
Oh, you knew I was going to say Trevor.
Yeah.
They get to
It was either Trevor or Henri OG, wasn't it?
yeah. Well, I mean, he was very suspicious though, Henri. What was he doing?
That's true.
What was he doing?
I only like him because I didn't know anything about him.
Yeah.
He was so mysterious.
What was he doing?
He was the Zane of the
Yeah.
of the story, wasn't
Hey,
he?
Zayn was only mysterious because that was his brand. That's what
Yeah.
they wanted him to be.
And that's your second bit of One Direction
Yeah.
content.
But if you
You're
go
welcome.
back in time, he was just a little boy from Bradford.
How long do we have to wait before
We get to do-
the boys from One Direction are
Yeah.
considered to have
well,
existed?
we'd
yonks
probably
ago?
do Louis first because he's the oldest.
Yeah. But that's a long time away. That's
Yeah.
like season 80.
Yeah. Child. Anyways. But it'd be fun, eh? It'd be fun.
So look, season 3. Well,
Donny B.
Season 3, Donny B. I mean,
What was 2? It was Get Woke. That was our
That's it.
catchphrase. We got a catchphrase to all of them.
100%. So season 2 was
three.
Get Woke. Season 3, Donny B.
What was season 1? Just Ned Kelly.
was the Edward Kelly journey.
Yeah. Oh, I like it. Yeah.
And we've learned so much so far. I know I feel like Don Bradman. I feel like it's probably the same as Ned Kelly. I know probably as much about Don Bradman as I knew about Ned Kelly.
Okay.
I know the main points.
Yeah.
But there's definitely stuff that I'll be surprised about.
What? Do you know his birthday?
No.
Exactly. But we know Nancy Wake's 31st of August, 1912. Jinx!
Yay!
Oh.
You said jinx and I said yay. That's our different responses to saying things at the same time.
I think it's 31st, but it could be 30th as well. But oh well, which it just been actually. How old would she be if she was 98 in when did she die? 2011. What was that? What was the date?
Oh yeah. Well, she was born in 1912.
Oh yeah, we can do the math.
So
I'm not doing the math.
108.
108. Damn.
Yep.
That's wild.
She would be 108 now.
That's wild,
Which is
that's-
too old. If you're 108, take a good long hard look at yourself. Surely you've done it all. Nah.
Do you reckon elephants can live that long?
Elephants refuse to live that long. They refuse. They're like, it's too much.
What about like them giant tortoises?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
They're hogging. They're hogging the timeline.
Yeah, I reckon. What about like
But they live slow.
yeah,
They live that slow life.
Yeah.
So in their time, like,
and cockroaches?
yeah.
They just don't die ever. As a species.
I feel like we've got a Animal Kingdom podcast coming our way.
Don't you do that with Esther though?
Yeah.
Yeah,
So
maybe
we
you
don't
save
wanna-
the content.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's true. So
crossover episode unless.
yeah, I mean, I am tempted to do a One Direction podcast. I don't know.
So am I. I've been listening to a One Direction podcast. Very good.
Yeah, but could we do a better one?
I reckon we could do a better one.
Well, there you go. So
If enough people say that they want one, we could come up with it.
Yeah.
I mean, Thursdays, we're loving the Thursday record. So
it's not going to replace Yonks Ago. Yonks Ago
Definitely
continues.
not. Definitely
we've
not.
got to learn. We've got to do season 3, Johnny B.
Yeah. Season 4, shut the door. Do you know what I mean? Could we please do someone whose last name is Door?
Well, we're gonna. We had Henry Lawson, H Law.
Shut the door, it's Henry Laws. Season 4, shut the door, it's Henry Law.
It's season 4, son. Henry Lawson.
So shut the door, son. I mean, the wrap-up episode writes itself.
Anyway, that is the end. We've prattled on, but it was the final episode
Yeah,
of the
I mean,
Nancy Wake. She deserved a little beefy
Yeah,
episode. Thank you so much for coming on this season 3 journey.
Yeah.
There'll probably be a little bit of a gap while we work on the wrap up.
I reckon I could work on some lyrics.
And-
I reckon I could try.
Yeah?
I'm not very good.
Yeah, and we will be back before you know it.
Yeah.
Maybe we'll do little tiny
Little check-in,
little
One Direction podcast.
We'll do little check-in episodes just so that you're not left wondering
Yeah.
when we're coming, what's happening.
Yeah,
We'll
yeah,
just
yeah.
do little like, hey, we're here. We've been ignoring the wrap. We've still written nothing. We're sorry. How good a One Direction.
Yeah, One Direction, right?
Season 5, it's the Beehive. You know, we'll just be we'll be
Season 6.
season sticks. That's it. That's all you need to hear. Season sticks. Full stop. This has been a lovely Thursday.
Season 6.
A lovely Thursday record to bring the Nancy Wake story to its conclusion. Thank you so much. And we will be back with little bits and pieces
Of an episode.
Never forget that this has been Yonks Ago. She's lost it. She's totally lost it.
I've lost it, love.
She's back.